Action. Hello, everybody, and thank you for accidentally clicking on a not episode of God Hunters. What? We're doing a little something new today, due to the very frequent uploads, though you wouldn't know that as a viewer right now, of basically just having to do this every week and wanting to kind of see some other creative outputs from some of our other players here. We are switching up the campaign. We're actually starting. This is a new campaign entirely, and it's going to be a Star Wars kind of sci-fi based theme campaign. And our wonderful dungeon master for this is, drumroll please, our wonderful Koji / Jake. Jake, why don't you go ahead and take it away here?
All right. So yeah, this is my first time DMing, my very first campaign. Really excited, but also really nervous. Big Star Wars fan, have been pretty much my whole life, and will be sort of taking place in the Old Republic era, which allows for a lot more creativity, I find, because it's a lot more open, if that's a good way to put it, and I think we'll be able to come up with a really good original story. And if anyone out there has played some of the Old Republic type games, they will notice some references and some commonalities there. So I think it'll be really interesting. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and introduce your characters, please be my guest.
All right. Just to go ahead and also just add, this is going to be episode 0, just our introductory episode. Does anybody want to take the lead here and introduce their character first?
I think it should be you, if anyone.
Roy.
No,
Yes.
Yeah, I think we got to start with him.
Wow, Nick, way to go ahead and ruin my character's name. Okay. My character is named Roy Owens, as I've been roasted plenty before we started this episode.
You got to say his full name, though.
He is a Rodian, and that's his full name is Roy Owens. He was born and raised on a small remote planet named County. County was founded by a group of other Rodians who wanted to escape the culture of violence and death on their home planet, believing that the technological advances were kind of what created that savage environment. County created laws forbidding all tech unless absolutely needed for their agricultural-based society. So kind of like an Amish kind of lifestyle. So Roy was born after this small planet had been founded, so he doesn't know of his, he's heard tales from his parents and from neighbors and other just like inhabitants of County, but hasn't like experienced it himself. He was raised doing a lot of farm work, a lot of sweat of his brow kind of culture. And so the only real tech on that planet is like really outdated blasters and farm equipment. Excuse me. So his physical description here is he's 5'3" with red skin that kind of fades into this yellowish hue as it like progresses through his body. He's got really large faded blue eyes. He has black hair that he normally slicks back, but he also constantly wears this old leather cowboy hat as well. He can speak human and Rhodian. I wrote Rhodesian, but that's an actual like thing. That's a real life like culture. So I got to make sure not to do that. What kind of brings him out into this world is it's kind of become sort of a rite of passage to, very much like the Amish culture, to send the young, once they reach of age, out into the world so they can experience maybe what they're missing, so that they can decide for themselves whether they want to stay on County or to explore the rest of the universe, as the galaxy, I should say, right? Roy is a fighter class. We won't get into stats too much right now, or proficiencies or anything like that. And yeah, that's Roy Owens for you.
Nice.
Great.
Very nice.
Wonderful.
Also, he's got a country accent from yeah, that's kind of his gimmick there.
Kentucky.
And just a heads up, instead of like saying human, what they speak in Star Wars is called galactic basic.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of English,
Like
basically.
common.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, who's next?
I can go. Nobody else wants to.
Go for it.
All right. So my character I'm playing is a male Togruta named Sokra Kal. If you don't know what a Togruta is, probably the easiest way to get a physical description is
To Google
if you.
it. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say the character Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars series is a Togruta, and they all look pretty similar to that. Different colors. He's about 5'8", smaller, dark orange skin tone with white and blue striped markings on his sort of headdress. They call them mantrals. They look like little horn type things on the top of their heads. And he was born on the Togruta planet of Shili. He speaks Galactic Basic and then his language Togruti. And he was actually orphaned at a very young age. Not a whole lot of knowledge surrounding that, as he was only a baby. And he was discovered by the Jedi Council to be a Force-sensitive person, and he was taken to be trained to become a Jedi. And he trained for a few years, but he was nowhere near completion when his master died on a mission mysteriously with not a lot of information surrounding it. And when he asked the Jedi Council to tell him, they wouldn't give him basically anything. And this made him very upset because one of the Togruta kind of just society and cultural things is they're very familial based. Is that a word? They form very strong bonds, and he saw his master as a father figure to a father he never had, and so he abandoned the Jedi Temple and set out on a journey to figure out what happened to his master, to see if he could get some answers. And that's when he ended up on the Skyrim wagon we're all about to roll up on, I'm assuming.
No, I had the Skyrim wagon. I think Jake has something a little different here.
It's all the Skyrim.
It's all Skyrim.
I'm gonna look up
Just
with
space.
Roloff sitting across from him, looking up at the throat of the world.
Royloft, thank you.
Royloff.
All right.
Yeah. So Nick, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. So I am playing a male Chiss, which if you don't know what a Chiss is, they are very similar to humans, and probably the most famous Chiss character in all of Star Wars is probably Admiral Thrawn from I believe he's in Rebels. I haven't watched it, but I think that's where he's from, in the comics as well, and or Expanded Universe. And my Chiss is called if you know, Chiss have 3 names. So his full name would be Zraz Yatul Nururodo. But I'm gonna go short. Or what they're known by is their short name, which would be Zatuln. And basically he looks like a typical Chiss. So I have blue skin, red eyes, and then jet black hair. He's around 6 feet tall and about 180 pounds, although it doesn't really matter. And then I play the operative class, and then a little bit about his background. Zatuln was born just royalty, and he quickly rose to the ranks as a skilled operative for the Naruto family, which, if you know anything about them, they're one of the 9 ruling families in the Chiss Ascendancy, which is basically kind of an unknown empire of Chiss, a Chiss empire. And he is skilled in gathering information and political assassinations, which are common in Chiss culture. And he was known among the Naruto elite, even at a young age. The Empire took notice of this, and he was recruited as an operative assassinated, or an assassin designated to eliminate any enemy of the Empire, and that's kind of his role right now. So that's where we're kind of starting off.
Okay.
Dope, dude.
Great. And then Steven.
Really quick, I don't know if I mentioned my class. Sokra, he is a sentinel. That I think I skipped over that. That's it. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're good. All right, Steven, you are last but not least.
Okay. Well, so my character.
Wait. Who is least, Jake?
Me.
Good answer, JK.
Yes, the DMs. Just the DMs.
That DM backstory.
Yeah. So my character is a human male named Tarsum Krace, and he is a Mandalorian. And I'm going to actually go back a little bit. So at the height of the Mandalorian Wars, which had raged on for a very long time, the outcome of the Mandalorian Wars had come down to this final battle between two Jedi Masters, one of them being Jedi Master Revan, taking out the leader of the Mandalorians in a battle called Malachor 5, which was on the planet of Malachor 5. And after that, a peace treaty had been signed between Coruscant, the Republic, and the Mandalorians, kind of shutting down their extremist operations and campaigns. And the Jedis were basically acting as like security guards to ensure that the Mandalorians never really stepped out of line or got did anything outrageous, like going to try and convert different planets and lay further rule to the galaxy. So there's a long sordid history with Mandalorians. And so after this battle, a lot of the Mandalorians had disbanded, and some of them had resigned themselves to work on other planets, doing bounty work and other skill work, trade work. And some of the other Mandalorians had decided to try and rebuild their numbers in order to rise again. So my character, Tarsum, was not alive at this point. However, there was a group of Mandalorians after this battle that had flown out to the outer territories, the outer rim, found a backwater planet, and had built a settlement there on an island. And he had been born in that community of Mandalorians. And all growing up, he was trained in the ways of the Mandalorians. And he is now 34 years of age. He has had quite a history now of learning how to become a successful bounty hunter, and help out other colonies surrounding where he lives, as well as his own. And now he has found himself just taking on jobs for himself in order to support his Mandalorian family and their tribe. They don't hold themselves to a Mandalorian clan. They are clanless, so as to just kind of dodge the eyes of the Empire and some of the Jedi Order that are keeping a close eye on them. And so now he's found himself just traveling about in his ship, and yeah. So as far as his description goes, can I go into physical description? Because he's just going to be wearing armor, Mandalorian armor.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
He looks like he's a Mandalorian.
The color.
Well, does he have any notable? I mean, just think about it. Are you gonna take off your helmet or anything?
No, because that's part of
yeah,
it,
that is
right?
Against their culture, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the way.
Well, what color?
So
is armor?
he is a scout class as well.
Scout class.
Yep. So I think that's it. Forgive me, I was kind of spotty on the description there, but
What color is his armor?
was there anything? What color is his armor?
Yeah.
It's very much like I would say along the lines of Jango Fett's armor, where it is just blue and steel, bare steel.
Okay.
That's pretty dope.
So, just
Bear
like,
steel.
visualize it.
It's like different from wolf steel.
Durasteel, that's what it's called in Star Wars.
Durasteel, yeah,
Also-
it's not Beskar by any means.
I did
Like
want
he
to
hasn't
know-
earned it yet, but
Not whether or not this comes up, but I figured since everybody else mentioned their planets, my guy's from Scylla, which is the homeworld of the Chiss, so I figured I'd just get that in there.
It sounds like Chile.
Gotcha.
They copy.
I don't exactly have a name for my planet. I just I counted it just as it being from the outer territories, like the outer rim. That it's just a random little world.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, take it away.
All right, gentlemen. So, let's start with a little bit of background information here. So, the galaxy is in a state of uncertainty. The Sith Empire has re-emerged as a threat after decades of relative peace. The Jedi Order, unprepared for this threat, is on the defensive against the onslaught of the Sith. Trying to gather their bearings, the Jedi petition the Republic to amass a military force in an attempt to combat the might of the Empire. While not prepared to declare full-on open war, the Republic and Jedi want to make sure that they are ready for any possibility. Meanwhile, much of the galaxy outside of the core worlds is independent. However, many planets and systems are at risk of being taken over by either side for strategic purposes. These free planets promise to fight to keep their independence, but it is uncertain how much they will be able to resist. With tensions rising at a breakneck pace, many of the galaxy's citizens live in fear, not knowing if their way of life will end abruptly. Our story begins with the protagonist entering an outer world bar on a space station orbiting the planet of Lenico 4. Situated within the main part of the station, the bar serves as part of a larger trading post. It is here that many spacefaring travelers sit for a brief respite before moving along on their journeys. Here, for an array of reasons, each of our heroes is seeking something. The bar is quiet, as many customers aren't around at this time of day, meaning that it serves as a small haven away from the bustling activity of travelers and traders. However, this means that the bar, known as the Raging Wookiee, often serves as a shady meetup locale for all sorts of nefarious figures. So, a Deveronian bartender stands behind the bar, shining glasses, trying to pass the time until his next patron walks in. Several small tables and booths are situated throughout the bar, with a diverse variety of customers keeping to themselves. Things seem quiet as a hooded man, a Chiss, makes his entrance. Doing a quick scan of the establishment, he takes particular interest in 3 of the maybe dozen or so patrons. Erodian, sitting alone in a corner nursing a pint, gives off a strange aura. He seems to be nervous and a bit uncomfortable with his surroundings. Across the bar is a Togruta, staring out the side window into the deep abyss of space. He appears lost in thought, and it doesn't seem like anyone could break him from his trance. Lastly, a large man completely covered in heavy Durasteel armor leans against the wall with his arms crossed. Judging by the distinct helmet worn by the man, it's easy to know that he's a Mandalorian. Finished assessing the area, the Chiss approaches the bartender and begins to strike up a conversation. Hey there, pal, so what'll it be?
What do you have?
We have basically all your typical ales and meads and such.
Just hook me up with the cheapest thing you've got.
Alright, so the Deveronian goes behind the bar, takes a glass, and fills up a glass of the cheapest ale that they have. He slides it across to the Chiss, and the Chiss goes ahead and hands him a few credits. The Chiss takes his drink, turns around and finds a seat at an empty table. He begins planning his next move, going over the options in his head. Suddenly, without warning, a squad of Sith troopers led by a commander bursts through the front door. The troopers aim their rifles at the bar's patrons, stunning everyone. Alright, this is where I gotta do a voice.
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
Oh shit, okay, I had this guy's voice nailed down earlier. Oh shit.
Just go for it.
Does it sound
Send
like
it.
this, Koji?
Don't be like Emperor Koji.
Ooh, hello. No. Greetings, everyone, the commander announces. Please do not be afraid. This station is now under control of the Sith Empire. If you could all please line up and submit your identification, we can process you and you can be on your way. The mood in the bar changes, as you can feel the apprehension among the patrons. Everyone freezes as they notice the tall commander, well-groomed with a perfect coif in his hair, shined shin-high black boots, and an excellently tailored gray uniform adorned with various service medals and patches. He removes a small scanning device from his belt, right next to his sidearm, a standard-issue Imperial blaster pistol. All right, everyone. Oh, sorry. All right, everyone. Please assemble. I do not have all day to lollygag. He begins configuring the scanner and raises his eyes to look at the patrons. The bar patrons steadily begin to rise up from their seats, nervous apprehension causing them to shake. They are fearful of having their identities known to the Empire. Many of them have some sort of criminal record. They do not want to be hauled off to an Imperial prison, as that would mean certain death for them. Adding to that is the fear of enslavement. For non-human races, the Empire takes great joy in placing them in work colonies or as personal servants to high-ranking officers or Sith. You all begin to assemble. The patrons ahead of you are logged into the system. Everything seems to be going fine until a male Duros is scanned in. A Karvek, wanted for smuggling, forgery, and assault. Take him away. Two of the troopers grab the Duros by the arms and drag the Duros away as he shouts to be let go. He struggles for a while before troopers place cuffs on him and he is removed from the room. You glance outside and see a lineup of captives taken from other areas of the station. Finally, the next in line is the Mandalorian. Remove your helmet, Mandalorian, the commander states with assertiveness.
You and I both know I can't do that.
Well, you're going to have to, because I need to get your identification and submit it.
All right.
Come on, gentlemen. We're seasoned pros at this point.
Are we though, bro?
I'm the only one that hasn't played a character.
I think you're giving us a little too much credit here.
All right, wait. I'm gonna contest this. Here. I'm sorry. What military rank is this? Is this guy?
He's just an Imperial commander, so probably I don't know, a major or something like that.
Oh, so would that be discernible? No, probably not.
Well, I mean, I described him. You could see he just has a bunch of patches and a few medals and stuff. So you kind of know he's kind of high ranking.
Gotcha.
But do what you
Yeah. Okay. And forgive me for the voice, guys. I really have not actually figured out a voice.
I like it.
We're all working on it, man. We're figuring it out.
All right.
I liked it.
It goes against my code.
I don't care about your code. Now, if you do not remove your helmet, I will have you forcefully detained.
He's just going to surrender himself.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Does that mean?
Yeah.
Never mind. That's not my place to ask. Go ahead.
Okay. So, right as the guards so I want to explain too, that when he came in there was the commander and there were 3 guards with him. So 2 of the guards took away that Duros, so there's just the commander and the 1 guard. So right as the 1 guard is about to grab him, a buzz comes across the commander's radio. And he basically says what? Yes, and he's like, well, I've been called away. Please go ahead and keep watch over this room, trooper. And then he's like, yes, sir. And so the commander has to leave, and the Mandalorian isn't detained, so everyone's kind of just chilling there. And then there's the 1 guard standing there watching over this room. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was gonna chime in. Do you have anything else to say? I just don't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I want to lean over to who's the closest person to me. I'm sure there's
so in the line, I guess the order was the Mandalorian, and then it was the Chiss, and then you, and then the Togruta.
I want to whisper into the Chiss's ear. Hey, I think we should take him down.
I want no part of this.
What? Hey, I mean, look at him. You don't want to do something about this?
Be quiet over there.
Was that the
Leave
guard?
me alone, Rodian.
Says you in what army?
Oh,
Please don't bother me, Rodian.
That was directed toward the guard.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Says by the order of the Imperial Army.
Yeah, well, I don't follow no Imperial Army or any kind of sort here. I'm just passing through.
Sokra's gonna take a step forward with his arms crossed, kind of in defiance of the guard as well.
Stand back. I do not wish to use force on you.
I don't wish to do so either.
So if you do not stand down, I will be forced to detain you.
Detain
start-
this, and then I pull my holdout and I shoot him.
Oh,
Oh,
Fuck!
alright, roll initiative.
no. So you hit the guard, and he drops to the ground, severely injured. And he's sort of out of the fight now. I wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest.
I'm just gonna, look at the guard and then look back at Roy and it's like, so uncivilized.
Oh my god.
Got the job done, didn't I? Come on, folks.
So
Yeah,
so,
Tarsum's just kind of confused, looking back and forth at the guard and back at you.
so do you guys kind of head outside of the bar?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Sokra wanted to get out of there from the jump, so he's heading out.
Okay, so as you exit the bar, there's a big window right next to the entrance to the bar, and you all look outside the window, and you see that there are 2 Dragonfly-class Imperial dropships along with a Gauge-class transport ship. So y'all are kind of concerned now. Well, I shouldn't tell you guys what you're thinking, but you see this, and you know now that those ships are probably carrying a decent amount of troops. And as kind of you look away, you see in other areas of sort of like the trading center, you see that there are other people that have been detained as well, and you see troops kind of riling other people up, but they don't necessarily notice you. So what do you guys kind of do at this point?
Is there like an alley or somewhere?
So when you
well,
leave,
We should probably
Yeah,
roll
go
for
ahead.
that, right? Sorry, I just to add suggestions. So don't let me interrupt too much.
Well, what's the...
How close are?
what's the goal here? Yeah, I guess
Well,
we're kind of going on our
There
own.
So-
is no goal.
So if I may interject, my Mandalorian, I'm assuming, being a scout and having some need to be in this bar, you said we're all here for different reasons, which you haven't disclosed, but by the nature of him being a scout, I'm assuming that he's already scouted out a couple of exit strategies just in case some things went south or alternate routes.
sure,
Instead of going into, instead of just going blindly into a room.
right.
So do I need to roll for that?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
It'd be a perception.
gotcha. It's 13.
Okay. All right. So
Does
I'll
that
say,
grant me?
Yeah, I'll say that grants you. So from that perception roll, you notice that you took stock of sort of the entire area around the bar, just in case things went south. And you notice that off to the right, as soon as you exit the bar, there's a long hallway with stairs at the end descending. Across from you is sort of this open tarmac area with, different vendors, but there's a lot of troopers there and some prisoners. So it could be risky heading that way. And then to the left of you, at the very end of the other long hallway, you can see the commander that you saw earlier with a group of other troops meeting up with another deployment. So at this point, what do you want to do?
So both ways are awful.
So the first,
Well, there's 3 ways you could go.
So is the tarmac area that has a bunch of vendors? Is it like a pretty good, like a good size, good group of people and vendors around?
Most of them are like being detained.
Shit,
And
okay.
there's probably like a good 15 troops
So what is
there.
this, like a full, Empire takeover right now kind of thing going on.
Yes.
Right.
Empire's
I,
kinda
I
like
sort of imagine like that scene from The Mandalorian where there were like 100 of the retired empires or whatever charge.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to head towards the first option. You said it was just down an empty hall.
Yeah.
This way.
I'll be following you, buddy.
He said this way, so I kind of feel like I have to go that way now.
I suppose anywhere else is better than here.
Okay, so you all have agreed to travel down that hallway, and you make it to the end of the hallway, looking around, making sure there's no troops, and you notice that it's all clear. So I guess you guys decide to descend the stairs, since that's really the only way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys... how should I there's something I'm trying to get to, but I guess you guys have time for a little bit of discussion as you're making your way down the stairs and kind of going along your way.
What are you two doing following me? I thought you didn't want to follow a silly Rodian.
I'm not following you to follow you. I'm just going this way because I don't want to be around there.
I need to get out of here, and this looked like the only way.
Well, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing, so I'm just following him at this point.
I should mention also, in like typical kind of Jedi fashion, he's got the hood up, trying to not be seen, even though nobody else ever wears hoods except for the Jedi. You feel me?
Yeah,
but he's still rocking it.
I've tipped my cowboy hat slightly down to try to cover my face.
You said I was wearing a hood as well when I walked in, a hooded chest.
Yeah, you had a hood up.
Oh, well then I guess.
Well, it would be kind of. I would kind of want to know like what else I'd be wearing because I'm not really totally sure. Like, am I like blending in? I guess kind of like a civilian. Like, is that
kind of? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You have like you're not wearing anything that would draw attention to you necessarily.
Got you. Can they tell I'm a chiss?
Yeah, they can see your face.
Okay.
All right, big guy, you lead the way.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm gonna want to keep moving. What are my options now that we've come to the bottom of the stairs?
So when you descend the stairs, you kind of notice that you're kind of a level below the main level, and you kind of notice that it's like a maintenance hallway, and you see pipes and a bunch of different stuff and some storage areas and kind of just a general type maintenance area. And as you go towards the end of the hallway, you notice a sign. And on the sign, it only points one way, and it's sort of like an L. Like you go down and then make a left, and at the sign there's an arrow that points down the next hallway that says hangars.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep walking that way.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Any of you guys know how to pilot a ship?
I can pilot all kinds of animals, but a ship is a little out of my territory there, buddy.
I have a little experience.
So can I ask Jake, DM? Oh, it's nice to call you DM now. So, by the nature of him being a bounty hunter, I'm assuming he does have a ship. I'm not sure if you wanted to work that in or. I kind of wrote that in, but I mean, how do you want that to look?
Okay.
Can he have a ship or no?
So the way you guys kind of got here, you all kind of wanted to get here sort of undercover in a way. Like
yeah.
So you guys didn't bring your own ships, or
Cool.
you guys took like public transport here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just took the TARC, the bus system.
I definitely like Ubered to this planet.
Yeah, you did Space Uber.
Yeah.
Is there a space Costco around here?
Not here.
God, I hope we meet Space Garfield.
So you guys decide to head towards the hangars then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yes.
So,
Also,
as
this
you
entire
guys-
time,
yeah.
I've got my holdout pulled still.
okay.
You're what?
It's
holdout.
a type of pistol. I had to look it up too. It's such just like a little mini like blaster, like pistol blaster.
I'm just gonna picture a gun. He just has a gun.
I'm
It's a
just
little
walking
blaster.
casually. I don't have any weapons unsheathed or anything. Yeah, I'm just walking.
There's no visible
hands-free.
weapons on Sokra at this time.
Okay. So yeah, you guys head down the hallway, and you guys can kind of hear above you, like you can kind of, there's some like vents and stuff above you where you can sort of hear the sound echo of like lots of troops deploying and securing the station. And you kind of notice that like, wow, it's a good idea we got out of there. So as you're going down the hallway, you guys are being extra careful, or maybe you're not, but you're just trying to make your way out without being seen.
Why don't we should roll for that, right? If
Well,
you want us to.
Well, yeah, I was thinking like they wouldn't know you were down there yet. They think they got everybody, so you guys are pretty far ahead of them at this point.
Got it.
Probably a big commotion going on too. Like they aren't really.
Right.
Yeah, there's
a
like some
body up there.
unruly guys, like some fights, like some of those like not patrons, but like some of the vendors like maybe got rough with some of the troops, and
Sure.
they because like I said, they're fiercely independent in this part of the galaxy, and they don't take kindly to
Plus the dead
other people
body.
moving in on them.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So they're gonna notice that soon.
Yeah.
Which is so like I know. So for like Tarsum in particular, he's not worried about like being stealthy or anything. He's just trying to move quick
Yeah. Okay.
before they raise the
Probably just
alarm.
get out of here.
Yeah, and you guys are just following him, and you sort of come to this major hangar area, and you come to another sign. I know there's a lot of signs, but this sign says there's 4 hangars. There's hangar 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see that 3 of them have recently had ships leave. However, there is a new arrival that just arrived at ship 4 or at hangar 4. What do you do?
A ship just arrived at Hangar 4, you said?
Yeah,
But it's not like an Imperial ship?
What kind of ship is it?
Not
Yeah.
Imperial.
you don't know.
I was gonna
There's just a log when you. Well, actually, here, go ahead and see if you can
I'm
find a
gonna-
log
I'd like
or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna see if there's a log. A roll for it. What am
Okay.
I? Perception? Investigation?
The only kind of logs I know of are the kinds that grow on trees.
That's gonna be at 15.
I have 5
Right.
intelligence, by the way.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Man, you are stupid. I can tell we're
okay.
gonna get along great.
So, Sakura, you notice that there is a terminal there near the sign, and as you access the terminal, you notice that there is a flight log of all the recent arrivals and departures, and you saw that the 3 hangars recently, like very, very recently, had ships leave, and you assume that those were probably ships fleeing from the Imperials. But you do notice that in the last 20 minutes or so, a ship has arrived at Hangar 4. So, knowing that, what do you guys decide to do next?
Is this the only? So this is the only ship in this hangar currently?
Yeah, there's one ship.
I want to just, I guess, take a passing glance to see if anybody's like still in the ship or around the ship.
I mean, you can't see into the hangar. You just know that it's occupied. That the ship has arrived, and to actually
okay. I'm
see
sorry.
in the hangar.
I was imagining something else as far as like I was imagining like a big open hangar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. So it's basically like you arrive at the ship, and then there's 2 hangars on each side, and there's these big doors that open up into the hangars.
Okay.
And they're all labeled like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm gonna try and find a control panel to open up the hangar door.
Okay. So I guess
Roll for that.
I'm
Yes.
I'm just checking to make sure nobody's like coming through where we came through, and like that we're not getting tailed or anything by like any Empire or whatever.
Okay.
Can I do something? Can I do something real quick?
What's up?
So to Gruda have a racial ability called Mandrel Reception, and it's because of their big horns or something. They can like sense vibrations that are in contact with the same ground or substance that they're on to see if there's anybody coming. Like it says within 30 feet.
Okay.
In like a big 30 feet like bubble, basically like up, down, left, right, that kind of thing.
A radius.
Okay.
So
like, are we clear? Am I chilling?
Yeah, go ahead. Use the ability.
It's a trait. It's not like it's not like it doesn't say I have to roll for it. It just says like I can sense vibrations. Okay. It doesn't say what it is. It just says vibrations.
You said it's only within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you don't detect anything within 30 feet.
All right, we're clear.
Within 30 feet.
I'm not gonna tell them that.
What makes you think that, horny?
It's No, it's not Sakura.
I would hope it's not Sakura.
It's Sokra.
Well,
and it doesn't concern you.
Sokra? I'm
Rodian.
Wow. Whoa.
I'm going to take note of
this. While they're going back and forth, Jake, I did roll a 15 for that.
Okay. All right, so you notice that there is no hangar control button at this terminal, but you do see that on the screen for the logs that there's like a diagram of the hangars, and you see that there's a panel on the door of the hangar, each hangar.
Gotcha. I'm gonna approach the panel.
I just don't.
Okay, well you guys gotta like leave and go to the hangar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's on the. Okay.
It's a short walk.
I'm gonna move that way. At this point, though, I am gonna draw my sidearm.
Okay.
Sokra still isn't gonna whip anything out, but he's gonna put the hood down.
I'm just going to follow.
Sokra, I feel like we may have started on the wrong foot here.
I'm sorry. It's a very stressful situation I'd like to get out of.
Understandably. Let's get out of this and we'll reconvene.
Okay. I'm sorry. I love the voice. I'm sorry.
All right. And so have we made our way over to the panel?
Yeah, I followed Tarsum.
So you guys have made it over to, and you went to as well, Zatoln?
Yeah, he said he was following.
Oh, yeah. I set up. Yep.
Okay. So eventually, you guys reach the hangar. So at this point, you're pretty. You want to make sure that you can figure out what's in there and if it's a viable escape option. So as you approach the panel, you notice that there's a handle on there. What do you do with the handle?
I'm just gonna pull it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull
the handle, and as you notice, the two doors separate. It's like kind of like an elevator door in a way, but it just kind of opens and separates, and you notice that the door opens, no problem. And as you look to see inside the hangar, the group is immediately shocked. They see a magnificent Fury-class Imperial Interceptor resting in the center of the hangar.
That's the sexy vehicle.
I want to make a quick perception check to see if there's anybody else in this room or in this hangar. I am rolling 12 plus. Oof, I got an 11.
You look around and you don't see anything.
Okay.
This is my favorite Imperial ship, man. The Interceptor. Yeah. So cool.
Is this Tarsum's favorite or Steven's favorite?
My favorite. My personal favorite. Steven.
Okay.
I'm also looking what that looks like.
Looks cool.
Fury-class Imperial Interceptor.
It's so sick.
That looks pretty cool.
Does anyone know how to fly this thing?
I don't even know what this thing is.
So I will say that Zatoln here may or may not be familiar with this type of ship.
Right.
Yes. This is a Fury-class, Imperial Interceptor starship.
Well, all right. It sounds like we got ourselves a pilot. Let's go, boys.
Yeah.
Tarsum is gonna look to you, Nick.
Can you fly it?
Yeah.
Roy has already
suppose.
started running towards the.
We should
ship.
probably go.
and as Roy begins to run towards it, Zatoln gets this uneasy feeling in the back of his mind. He knows what it means when an Imperial Interceptor shows up.
We should avoid this.
But Roy is too far away, where he's full steam ahead.
That Rodian is going to be done for if we
So-
don't leave now.
So the shock doesn't last long, as the hydraulics of the ship's ramp begin to activate as the ramp falls from the ship's body.
You duel the
Jesus.
fates.
Oh,
See-
fuck.
Am I like under the ship at this point? Like under
No, you're about halfway. It's a pretty big hangar.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
God.
halfway to, and I see. I do want to say, as like I see the ramp falling, that I at least like start to slow down and stop.
Okay. As the ramp falls, you notice that there's a dark figure slowly beginning to descend from the ramp.
I'm assuming at this point.
Zatolin is going to do a deep gulp. He's like,
Oh no.
I would like to do kind of, I don't know what check it would be, but
What?
you know how like Jedi can sense like a Sith presence? I'd like to, maybe you could just call it perception, but see if I could feel anything negative in the Force going on with this figure.
Probably be like insight or something, right?
Insight, maybe?
Yeah, I think that
well, it's
should.
kind of like feeling an aura. So I don't know, like it's like, isn't it like that's kind of how it works? Like I can sense like how powerful or like this person is. Like isn't that kind of how it works?
Well, I guess it would be a DM thing to be like, since Sokra is force sensitive, to pick a skill, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, whatever, and then have him roll with that kind of modifier.
Yeah, so you just pick something there.
Say that's a wisdom
Wisdom?
modifier.
That's a 19 then.
Okay, so you roll, and Sokra, you are immediately taken aback by the pure presence of this individual.
We need to go right now.
I'm not close enough to hear that. What does this guy look like? You said a tall, dark figure.
Yeah, so I'm getting to that next.
Tarsum does have his blaster trained right on this figure, even though he can't decipher what it is.
So, as he finally reaches the end of the ramp, you notice that this figure is clothed in all black robes, wearing a long cloak with the hood pulled up, covering their face. Covering the robes' shoulders are pauldrons resting on top of the shoulders. A set of metallic armor is interwoven into the robe top down to the waist. Also covered are metallic boots and gloves. Armored boots and metallic gloves.
Oh.
You just got
figure-
a Hot Topic / Bed Bath Beyond combination there, buddy, or what?
Roy, you need to get back!
The figure walks several steps forward until he's about, let's say, 15 to 20 feet away from Roy.
I'm gonna start backing away.
Roy starts to like slowly back up with his holdout trained on the
The
dark
Rodian's
figure.
done for. We should go now.
Yeah, Tarsum's looking for an exit. Is there any other exit other than the way we came?
Nope, it's only that door, and that door is locked shut now.
Oh, so we're trapped?
What
You are currently trapped.
now, buddy? We got you 4-1 here. We just want to borrow your ship and
So
be
good.
on our way. All right.
Soker's gonna look to Tarsum and Zutuln, and he's like, I cannot be captured by this man. We need to get out of here immediately.
I don't think we have much of an option.
Oh, just let me know when you guys are done.
Yep.
I want to see if so Rhodians have a way of communicating with pheromones to any other Rhodians. I want to like kind of try.
I want to send my musk.
Yeah, I want to musk him up to see if he's a Rhodian.
Wait, how do you do that?
I guess it's like my little antennas like go floop, 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 or like I just spit pheromones at them. I don't know. It just all it said was Rhodians can communicate using pheromones. Force sensitive can detect this but not understand what is being said.
Oh,
Okay.
do I smell it or like?
You can like sense it. I guess I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like a life force deal.
I feel like Soker would have no idea what that's a thing, and he's probably just,
You're feeling something, but you don't know what.
guys, I'm feeling something.
So you want to detect and see if he's a Rhodian?
I want to spit my Rhodian juices at him and see how he
Oh,
responds.
God.
Oh, God.
No. I just want to like communicate with this. Maybe I like release it through my glands or whatever. Let's just say that. And
I feel like the antenna thing makes the most sense, to be honest. Those look like that. Would be
Yeah,
it.
you could just wiggle your antennas, I guess.
I take off my hat and I wiggle my antennas at him.
All right, you wiggle your antennas, and you find that this man is not a Rhodian.
Okay, I put my hat back on and I start to back up a little bit more. Pistol's still trained.
So the man approaches you and stops about 10 feet from you.
I'm still backing up. I'm not.
So-
I'm not stopping moving.
Here's just a question. In canon, what happens when a vibro sword meets a lightsaber, Jake?
They
It
can
is-
they
it
can
is
fight.
clash.
They
clash.
they
yeah.
clash.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Anywho,
great.
What's your name, buddy?
And what do we have here? A group of prisoners trying to make off with my ship.
I'd never said such a thing. I don't know what prisoners you're talking about. I'm just trying to find my way to the next
That Rhodian needs to shut up and leave.
next
he
planet.
stares. He stares down Roy, and then slowly trains his gaze on the other three.
This should be fun.
He pulls aside the right side of his cloak and unclips a metallic object from his belt.
I fire immediately.
He blocks it with his hand.
Well, fellas, I'm out of
God.
ideas.
He holds it to his side and activates it. A beam of pure crimson energy erupts from the lightsaber. End scene.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude. Nice.